Boy, are we bougie. It has its own little walkway. Boom. Some kind of beach house, right? You want some place to change. We got ourselves the garden and gazebo area. Boom. Perfect. So thank you for joining me on Mr. Bunal's Gaming second episode of our City Skylines 2 gaming. You can see here we have our city from our first episode. We have our larger residential area here, our medium density housing along these two major one-way roads. They are flanked by row housing and then by lower residential suburban housing. So this is kind of our main neighborhood. Then we have our more wealthy, affluent, all lower density residential. They have this big, beautiful park here with the built amphitheater, a little stage there, some fountains, gazebos, some artwork in this park. So that's pretty nice. Walking north here, we come to our school area. Where we have a nice, healthy parking lot for the high schoolers to park in. Across from their big football stadium with additional parking here, a very fancy indoor parking stadium. The elementary school that will need some detail work out here. Our industrial area will be built out here, and for this episode I think we're going to want to do some detailing and kind of fill out what we have here. So let's not wait any longer and let's jump in and start building this city. Here we are. Let's build some commercial for these people to go shopping, and then adding in parking lots liberally, because again, I think a lot of parking lots does make your city look boom. So there we go. We have a nice commercial zone along this main thoroughfare within walking distance here. In fact, let's go ahead and put a couple sidewalks in. These details really will bring the city to life. I think that's good for now. Let's build this to be no, let's redo this in a different color. Let's go with the original. I think it'll blend in better. I don't like that again. I'm going to remove this again and put that pavement in. Pavement surface versus concrete. Third time's the charm. Here, so I'm going to make a grid, and then probably a little bit more fancy of a grid down here, and maybe even over here. So it's kind of more organic along the coastline, and then more uniform inside here. Also across these major roads, like right here, we're probably going to put a lot of commercial or special buildings in this gap. So actually here we don't really need any commercial at all. Yeah, I think we're going to mainly focus our commercial in this area, and all the rest of this will be residential. But since these are on these main roads, we're going to probably let's make this be 4 by 4 by 4, and these are going to be more of our heavier density along the main roads, and then inside here will be our lower density with some personality. Okay. For these, I'm going to go by every 3. So 3, 3, 3, 3. I want to make sure that they all are the same length, so they're uniform. And this one's going to be 5. Okay, so that's a little bit, I'll have to figure that out here. So boom, boom. And then here is a cool, so right, we're going to run out of space, but that just means it's going to look a little bit more unique. And that is good. So we'll stop here now. Boom. Boom, and then connect. Let's connect diagonally. Make it a little more unique there. So you have an open space here. It's not fully square. It's got a line here. It's got a couple of jagged things. It's a little bit more interesting. Now let's go ahead and throw in our one-ways. Okay, so now you have roads going the opposite direction. We have a nice little grid here, and we're going to do the same thing here. And actually, let's go ahead and build this into a cool curve. Okay, so yeah, actually, let's see. And then we'll want 4 away, 4 away. Ooh, that might actually almost perfectly match up. Boom, it did. Excellent. Again, we're going to do by 3s. Boom, boom. So this kind of sucks, but since it's unique and even, we're going to leave it as is. And boom, look here, we got a nice grid, but also has some unique angles in it, so that's pretty cool. Now let's do that same thing here. Okay, let's throw in our one-ways here. These ones will be much more uniform, and this is going to look really cool. This is going to be like the ticky-tacky suburban uniform blocks. Exactly what we want. And then we're going to contrast it in the south. Okay, so we've now filled in this whole area with a skeleton for our new light residential area. Okay. And now we are going to want to build, let's see, the whole coastline here. Let's go ahead and start here. And we've already messed up. Okay, let's see. And we're just snaking along the coastline here. A nice, cool drive to take for our citizens along some beautiful waterfront houses. I think we're going to make this area here a wealthy home. So one of the cool things we can do here is also kind of build special homes. We do have a rock musician mansion. Kind of works out because we're gonna now have a little bit of a coastal cliff potentially. Yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and repopulate the house right on the edge. Give them the one-way treatment. Right, straight across his house. And boom, right there. So now, okay, well, cool. That's really not that great, right? Well, yeah, because we have not yet added our touches. So let's go ahead and throw in beautiful yard all around. You can just go ahead and grab from the asset too. I really like this spiderweb method. I think it's pretty easy. It follows along the contours, and it really, like I said, makes the cities pop. Let's go ahead and see, where's his land gonna end. Okay, look at that. So, boom, we got ourselves a big mansion here. That's not quite enough though, right? We need definitely some trees. I have a feeling like these guys can afford the palm trees. So let's go ahead and build some palm trees. Around the perimeter. Okay, so we have a nice perimeter of palm trees. Now let's add in a pier. The pier is going to be over here, we'll say. Just like that, and then let's connect the pier. Let's say you walk from here along your trees. You come down your property. Okay, so actually this is the lake side. Let's go ahead and put a gazebo. Just need single gazebo. Let's throw in a major fountain and then some just random benches here. Again, I think this detailing is what really brings things out. So I think we're already a little too busy over here, but that's okay. We're gonna keep that as it is, and then we'll bring some quick art. Kind of random planters in this guy's yard here. Boom. Now let's not forget we wanted to build a pool. So right, this one comes off of this side of the house. The hot tub sits a little farther off because boy, are we bougie. It has its own little walkway. Boom. And let's see, if you're coming over here, we're going to want some kind of beach house, right? You want some place to change. Okay, let's see what we got here. So we've got ourselves the garden, gazebo area, and then we have ourselves a pool and hot tub area. The last thing we're going to do here is let's add a couple more trees and bushes. Let's add flower bushes along the way. Boom, perfect. Now on this side, let's change it up. Let's do different bushes. Okay, so now we have our affluent southern part of the city sketched out. We have a Rockstar Mansion built in. Let's go ahead and fill in these holes and let it build. Another thing I like to do is, since if we look here, we built in the North American low density housing. On this side, we're going to build in English. We're going to build in UK semi-detached. Let's see how that goes. And we're going to go ahead and fill in everything. Boom, boom. Same on this side. Boom, boom. And since this is our really rich area, we only want, as of right now, our low density. We're going to go ahead and put in some beach housing here. I don't want it to go into the water, so we're going to build smaller. These are, small little beach houses on the water. Boom, boom, boom. One. A couple, I like it when they're different sizes and shapes. That kind of adds uniqueness to it, right? Then it's kind of cool sometimes to throw in some uniformity. So it's like, maybe a developer bought 3 plots there. Every once in a while, give someone a big spot. Make everybody jealous of them, right? So these are still the lake fronts. This guy's got the biggest spot on the lake, on the river, or the ocean. What even is this? It's the bay. Okay, those are our lakefront homes. Now let's go ahead and fill in with the other UK, low density terraced. Let's go low density terraced. Boom. And this is really hopefully just going to provide variety. But again, I think there's some uniformity is great. So we're using the same housing type in the same general area, right? So this kind of below south of these big streets, we're using the same one. Up in here, we're using the same one. These are the same one. So we got some uniformity in the neighborhoods. Okay, I think this is gonna about end it for this episode. What we did today was we expanded our southern, more affluent residential area. We put in a really cool Rockstar Mansion with a large lot, large waterfront lot with their own pier, their own garden, a pool and hot tub area. Super, super cool if you ask me. Looks really unique, cool. So once this is all built up around, right, it's gonna have this one big property lot just sitting there. So that's gonna look pretty cool. Honestly, I'm not really liking exactly how these turned out. So we're probably gonna redo this zoning at some point. We want it to look more like this. I did want it to look a little different from these neighborhoods, so we're gonna revisit this zoning along the beach here on the next one. But looking here, I think the lakeside spots are okay. We did expand out here and buy some new land that we will help expand industry into next. But as of right now, here is our 4,000, almost 5,000 person city. So again, thank you for joining me on my second episode of City Skylines 2, our new ports and bridges expansion. So far, so good. We've had one crash. Not too bad so far. Everything is running okay. Still really love this game. I love the graphics. I'm hoping that this expansion leads to some really great things for the game. So if you enjoyed it, please like and subscribe to the video, and hopefully I'll see you here for the next one. Also, please stay tuned. We're going to be starting our EU5 gameplay very soon. That's dropping in about 30 minutes from now. So I'm super excited. I want to play that. That's going to be one of the main games of this channel. So see you there. Thank you.